All right, what's up, y'all? Back with another video. Dad's traded for child support. People, on my other YouTube channels, I have all of my comments on a filter. I let the comments go on this channel. And the one thing that amazes me about people that comment, what they can't say is that they're so true to the struggles of fathers. They can't say they're so true to the fight of us fathers. They don't have a book they wrote. This is my book. I wrote this book. And I wrote this book in 4 days. The name of this book is When Dads Cry. The name of this book is not Happy Dads, Joyful Dads. The name of the book is When Dads Cry. Now, the one thing that just exposes the trash of the fight is when an attorney comes on my channel and posts a comment. So let me help y'all understand something. People, if you look at all of the videos I did, about 70,000 videos that I've done, you'll see a lot of my videos say never trust an attorney. So let me help you understand why in a custody battle or a child support battle, you never trust an attorney. People, child support court is what a lot of attorneys in custody is what a lot of attorneys do for fun. It's not serious for them. And you know why they do it for fun? And it's not serious because people ask an attorney what laws truly exist in family court. Let me be the first to tell you, no laws exist. But what attorneys do, and the name attorney stands for to turn over. You see, attorneys are officers of the court. They're not for you. Ask them. They're not for you. So what attorney is going to do in child support court, in custody court, especially to you fathers, is they going to help the agenda of family court. And that is to ensure that the mother have a victory for Title IV. And Title IV is what really fuels the court system. And this is only going to happen if fathers lose. And they have to pay child support. Child support, dads paying child support is a big business. And attorneys are part of it. Yeah, I don't like attorneys. Atia LaShawn Bradley always came to court with an attorney, and I smoked them. And if there's any attorney that comes up under here, I will tell you, text 732-947-1988, and you and I can have a battle off. And I will smoke you because you know I'm telling the truth. You know I'm telling the truth. Your job is to simply ensure that fathers lose and we pay child support so you can be a victory. Because here's what an attorney is not going to do. An attorney is not going to fight for you. You know why? Because if they fight for you, they'll ultimately get blackballed by the court system. I've never had an attorney win anything for me in court. I won everything by myself. And I want to be clear. There are no laws governing family court. None. Let me be clear about that, because they'll say there are statutes and bullshit and things that they tell you got to do in order to get child support. Like an attorney would tell you that it is mandatory that you do a home study. What? Why? When that woman laid on her back and gave you that pussy, she didn't do no home study. They will tell you got to do all these things or you cannot see your child. What they won't tell you is we'll go ahead and fight because this has no relevance. They'll even dig this. They'll even tell you got to do a home study and you got your own place and the woman lives with her mama. They'll tell you that this all is part of the process. It's not. I have went behind dozens of attorneys. And when I say dozens, I probably mean about 2,500 attorneys and I'll give you an example. I had a friend of mine. His attorney told him, bring your paperwork from your job to court. He worked for himself. He owned his own trucking company. What that attorney didn't tell him is, if your company is incorporated, the caption said, Chris Smith against Atia Bradley. It didn't say Omni Trucking against Atia Bradley. So he brought all his paperwork, ended up paying $2,700 a month in child support until he came to me. And I said, this must be a joke, because I didn't see Omni Trucking Company anywhere on the caption for child support. Pay yourself a fee and then go back down there. His child support went down to $427 a month. The attorney didn't tell him that. Attorneys do not fight for you. Like I said, 732-947-1988. If you're an attorney, text me and I'll do a live stream with you, and we'll do a battle off. And you can explain to the world, to a person that went to law school and dropped out, how exactly do attorneys help us fathers? Y'all don't. You don't. You help the agenda of the court system because you don't want to get blackballed. You don't. You don't. You'll never go into court and tell a judge it's unconstitutional to make him go do a home study to see his child. It's unconstitutional. You won't do that. You can't tell me you would. You won't tell a father that there is no law stating that he should have weekends. You won't do that. You won't do that. You won't tell a father it's unconstitutional to tell a man, you know what? You got to have weekends, or you don't get overnights until you do a home study. You won't tell him that's unconstitutional. I would. You won't tell that man, well, if the judge is making you do this, we're going to ask the judge why, and we want it in writing. And if he don't give us a good enough reason, we're going to kick this up to a federal court. And a judge got to explain to a federal court why. You see, an attorney won't tell you that the county court is licensed by the federal court, and there are laws that they got to abide by. An attorney won't tell you that. An attorney is just going to help the court system butter your bunhole, and all the bullshit that is happening to you, he'll say it's justified. I will challenge any attorney on a live, and I will smoke you, because you know I'm telling the truth. I don't trust attorneys. I don't. This is why they tried to get me for practicing law without a license 3 times. And guess what? I'm 3-0. They lost every time. I'm Christopher Smith, and I approve this message. Text 732-947-1988 if you need help. And like I tell plenty of individuals, don't fuck with an attorney, because they are not there to help you in child support and custody. An attorney will tell you, you got to bring all your stuff to come to court. What an attorney won't tell you is they should subpoena you for it. They subpoena everything else. Every other department is subpoenaed. Family court is a fucking facade. It is not real. This is why they allow women to come to court and say, you're no good, you're no good. And the judge say, oh, well, she said, you see, what I did was I asked Judge Glenn Grant, why is this happening? Judge Glenn Grant wrote, let me tell you what happened when I wrote. I asked the judge, why is this? I wrote to 212 Washington Street in Newark, New Jersey, family court. And you can call them up and ask Judge Joseph Isabella, Judge James Triano, Judge Floriana. Ask them, have they ever heard of Christopher Smith of the League of Dads? They'll tell you, we don't want it with that motherfucker. Call there and ask to speak to Elizabeth. I forgot. She's one of the end processors. Ask her, have she ever heard of Christopher Smith of the League of Dads? She'll say, yes, we don't want it with that damn dude. But can I help you? Now, I want y'all to listen to what I'm about to say. An attorney, will not tell you. They will not tell you that all these things are a facade. They won't tell you. You know why they won't tell you? Because it is a facade. They won't tell you that, this is what they won't tell you. They won't tell you that, hey, listen, when that woman come to court and say, you shouldn't have custody because you like screwing old ladies in elevators, an attorney won't tell you, hey, I object. That is hearsay. Another outbreak out like that, and I'll sue you for $5 million for slander. An attorney won't do that. I did that to Atia LaShawn Bradley, and guess what? I trained her. She don't say anything about me. She stopped talking because I helped Atia LaShawn Bradley understand something that an attorney would have never done. Her attorney let her mouth off about me. I'm blah, 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 blah. I said, say it again. I'm suing you. I filed a federal lawsuit against Atia LaShawn Bradley for $5 million. Trained her, and she shut her damn mouth. An attorney will never tell you to do that. An attorney will sit back and say, well, let her talk, and we'll just answer to it. He won't say, she can't say that. An attorney will not do that. You know why? Because attorneys use child support and custody cases as a fluff, as a career, a case fluff. They use it as an experience. It's where they go to when they're either retiring or just to help them get into their Mercedes Benz. And then they go to all the criminal courts and everything for everything else. Judge Cummings in 212 Washington Street in Newark, New Jersey. You know what happened with him? They threw him in family court because he got too many strikes on him over in criminal court. So they threw him in family court. This is what they do off of the backs of fathers. Don't let an attorney tell you they're for you. And once again, 732-947-1988. I'll leave the number below. Call me and say, I'll challenge you. You know why? I won't get any challenges. Oh, and before you say you'll challenge me, leave it below the video. Say, I'll challenge you so everybody will know. And I want everybody to look at the comments below. What you won't see is an attorney challenging me because they're all fucking liars. There is no law governing family court. Not one. And if so, attorney, could you leave the law governing family court below? Because it does not exist. It's all off of hearsay, nonsense, and garbage and rhetoric. It's all a fantasy, a facade, phantom laws that do not exist. Later, y'all.